finally moving forward with the Lanterns, okay? And so we're getting a little more about this. We know it's going to be on Max. We know it's going to be a series. So apparently, even though Green Lanterns are like the protectors of the universe, they each have sectors in the universe, right, of space that they patrol. Earth happens to fall in these particular Green Lanterns' domain, right? They're protecting this section of the universe. Yet the story, now that it's starting to be leaked, is very grounded. They're investigating a murder that happens in the Midwest on Earth. Like, why would we need Green Lanterns to investigate a murder that happens in the Midwest on Earth unless it has something to do with Interstellar? Maybe that's going to how to play into it. But the real story is, we know it's going to feature John Stewart. He's the new young guy. And then there's going to be an already established Hal Jordan, legendary Green Lantern, that's kind of guiding him and mentoring him, and they're going to try to figure out this case together. Well, we still don't know, or at least I don't remember, who's playing John Stewart. We haven't gotten, as far as I know, any confirmation on that. But we are hearing now who could potentially be playing Hal Jordan. Josh Brolin. Maybe. Apparently, he was offered the role, but James Gunn and nobody else within DC has confirmed that. And then, according to other sources, Timothy Olyphant and Chris Pine are also on the short list. And if not them, other names being rumored are Matthew McConaughey and Ewan McGregor. I do know, though, that I saw today that apparently it's Brolin's to pass on. So at some point, I'm assuming Gunn is going to confirm this. But if Brolin passes, then it's Timothy Olyphant or Chris Pine. They are the next two that have the shot at it from what I'm seeing, from the sources that I'm seeing, and we're getting. That is it. So will we get a confirmation from James Gunn about Josh Brolin? Will Brolin take it? Does he want it? If not, but those are the names. Those are the potential Hal Jordans. Who it ends up being, who it doesn't, I don't know. My personal opinion is I think Chris Pine would be really good, and I'd also be okay with Timothy Olyphant. I like both of them, and I think they both would be. I think Brolin's just a little, I know they're going with an older version of Hal, but in my opinion, he's just a little too old for Green Lantern. Unless they're having him right on the cusp of becoming Parallax, I don't want to see him that old just quite yet. So that's just my opinion on it. I think that I'd rather see Timothy or Chris. Matthew McConaughey and Ewan McGregor, I love both of them. Phenomenal actor. Neither one of them is Hal Jordan. I can't see Matthew McConaughey. All right. I didn't charge it. I don't know what's going on. It doesn't work on yellow. I can't see him. It's Green Lantern. I just can't pull it off. Give it to Chris Pine or Timothy Olyphant. I'd be fine.
I know it's very interesting too because like they're going for all of these names that are in the rotation. They're going for these high stature A-list actors, which I mean, is fine. We love seeing, people who could potentially wear this moniker for years to come. But at the same time, like these are also all of these actors who we just named. These are actors that are very, very, very busy. They stay busy.
Yeah.
Like they love doing a lot of different things. That's my only worry about casting any of these 5 people that we mentioned is that it would be a one-off series. It would be a limited series. Like I would like to see more and more of what could come out of this because like you said, they're doing different things. And I mean, it sounds very Star Trek-y, coming down to a planet and solving something and then, doing whatever.
Right.
So I just feel like, with the big name actors that you have listed right here, I just don't see it going further than 1 or 2 seasons, which would suck in my opinion because like, I mean, it's a big commitment to take on a television show. And for this specific thing, I mean, as something that you're trying to establish in the DCU as, one of your first live action shows, I just feel like, you gotta have a little bit more range to explore the characters because that's what we had wrong in the past with the Snyderverse. There wasn't enough backstory.
Right.
I felt like it was way too rushed. There was too much happening. So I just feel like with this specific thing, you just want to take your time. So that's just my opinion. I feel like, you got to find somebody who's willing to put in the time and the effort and who loves the character, because I also feel like in the last couple years, not all of them, but a lot of new actors that have come into the MCU or the DCU, they don't realize how big of a commitment it is and aren't really, willing to stay on for as long as possibly needed. So I don't know. It's a very interesting thing that I hope somebody is willing to put the time and effort into.
Well, so my thoughts on that, now that you brought that up, there's a couple of different ways that they can do that. If this is indeed like mentor Hal Jordan mentoring the new John Stewart to take over as Earth's Green Lantern, right? And keep in mind, are we still going to see Guy Gardner, Nathan Fillion's Guy Gardner, because he's also an Earth Green Lantern? Will we see him play into it? But if it is a mentor thing, then maybe you move on. Maybe he's only in season 1, and then it's John Stewart, and we're following John Stewart's story in season 2, season 3, moving on, etc. So that's one way. The other way is the name of the series is The Lanterns, so we are going to clearly see the Green Lantern Corps. So maybe each season you change it up and we don't follow just Earth's Green Lanterns.
Right.
Maybe we see more of the Corps in different sectors of the universe, and we're introduced to Kilowog and like all these really, there's so many badass Green Lanterns, anybody who knows the Green Lantern Corps, that we could explore. So if that's how they do it, then that's another way to maybe potentially carry it on from season to season and keep it fresh. So, but I'm with you. If it's always going to be like a buddy cop thing and it's Hal and John, and yeah, you can't only go so far with that. I agree with you. So I think you just have Hal mentor, then hand it off, and it's a John Stewart Green Lantern series. And then maybe you have other Green Lantern Corps members in and out, and then Hal could come back. Like, we all know he becomes Parallax. We all know he becomes Spectre. He goes on to all these different things. So, just potential down the line, he comes back. Yeah, I mean, so, yeah. But, yeah, I'm right there with you. I just think, it's interesting. It's, I'm excited for it, but I'm also curious to see how they're going to do it.